Hello, my darlings. I hope you can see and hear me, whoever is with me now. I can see that 3 people have joined. Welcome to my 100th daily mini reading. I can't quite believe we're at 100. I was sort of looking back and saw on my video groups on my on where I grouped them all together that it was at 99. So I thought, well, let's do something special for the 100th. But I haven't done a live since last year, other than my members live reading yesterday evening. So welcome to all of you. What I'm going to do is look to answer as many questions as I can. They will be short answers because I want to ensure, well, depending on how many join us, I want to be able to answer as many questions as I can. And if I miss your reading, do post it again. And what else to say to you? But it is with my intention that I would like at least to give you all a short answer as I can do this for you today, now in this present moment. So I am using my Angel Wisdom cards and also my Guardian Angel cards, and I have my Animal Tarot cards here too. Hi Jenny, hi Chris, hi Rachel. Oh, thank you, my darlings. Happy, what day are we today? Happy Monday, everybody. Monday, October the 3rd. Goodness me. So who wants to go first? Who wants to step up and go first? Hello, Julie. Me. Okay, Jenny, you far away, darling. I've picked up, I don't know which ones this is. I think, this is the Angel Wisdom Tarot. So let's see what Jenny wants to ask, and let's pull some cards. Thank you for Jenny. Thank you. What card wishes to come out? I will see what comes out for you, Jenny, as well. Too many cards, Spirit. They have a lot to say. And Chris, I see as well, you too. So, Jenny, you have got the Strength card, by the way, and the Queen of Swords. This year has been a rebirth for me, and so is there something I'm not seeing in order to move forward? Yes, having the strength to use your voice, my darling. Very, very important. Queen of Swords, the universe is reminding you to communicate very clearly, not only to others, but to yourself, because all of our subconscious has no sense of humor, and sometimes we're not communicating clearly vibrationally out to the universe as well. You are finding your voice. It is transformational for you, but they are asking you to really trust in that as well, because you've got the Strength card alongside this too. So this is about being assertive, but also speaking your voice with that soft touch, with that kind word, all of that which you do, but just reminding yourself that's not weak, that is strong. And actually strength sometimes comes in great silence as well. So have patience with those that can't hear you at this time. They're not meant to. Remember, we all exist within a certain vibration, and sometimes those that are not meant to hear us simply cannot hear what we're trying to say to them. So I hope that helps you at this time. So where else are we? Thank you, darling. So we've got Jessica. What is my next perfect step today? Jessica. Next perfect step for Jessica. Next perfect step for Jessica. You've got the King of Wands alongside the Four of Swords, my darling. It's time for you to step up now. It's time for you to trust in your convictions. It's time for you to trust everything that you do, that you fear that you can't do. We all tend to have a little bit of an imposter syndrome sometimes. And Spirit wants to remind you of the big picture of yourself, my darling, of what it is that you are here to do as a soul, what it is that you're inspired to do. And that is going to help with a great deal of healing at this time, releasing it that you're doing at this time. So focus on motivational steps moving forward. We all step out of our comfort zone. We're all encouraged to step out of our comfort zone. I've been hiding away behind this screen for a few months, having done lives last year, and today is a little bit of me slightly pushing on the edge of that comfort zone for me, but I always love it, and I'm always reminded afterwards, actually I really love that. So, and I know, and I'm already loving it now. So step out of your comfort zone, my darling. So what else have we got here? Julie, I feel a bit stuck. What would help me to shift at this time? Good questions, everybody. Julie, I feel a bit stuck. What would help me at this time? Message for Julie, please. So there's just me. There's no moderator or anything. So you'll just have to, I will see what I'm meant to see as well, my darling. So if I don't see your question, I wasn't meant to, you can pop it back in again. But everything is in with that divine timing, divine plan, the sun. So just, can you see that the little, what's it called it, timer there? It's just starting. So Spirit is saying, hold on, be patient, and in the patience, just focus on what brings you joy in life, because the sun represents a time of real happiness for you, my darling. And it's also a time for you also to step out of your comfort zone, to perhaps make some movements forward. You see here the unicorn, magical movements forward, things that you wouldn't have expected. But these are things because everything is unfolding. That perfect divine timing, the perfect divine plan is unfolding for you. So the sun is both inner healing, inner transformation, outer and inner observation. And do you know what? This is a message for all of us. Being grateful is the fastest way of connecting to our higher selves. It's the fastest way of communicating with our higher selves. So look to be grateful for everything that's happened and happening in your life right now, my darling. Carla, how am I to react with my mum to move forward in my life, and how do I let go of my past with her? Thank you for Carla. Message about Carla and her mummy. 6 of Wands. So you've already succeeded in the expression of interest that you're giving right now about how you wish to be with her, because you're actually stepping back into a place of awareness. So there is success and achievement in the stance that you're taking right now. Spirit wants to remind you as you move forward that living life from an observation point of view, and treating each moment as a way of understanding. Well, you're looking to listen to understand, my darling. It is with the understanding that we can't change another. We can never change another, but particularly with parents, sometimes we are born of them and they have us, because there is a huge amount of great teaching there as souls to learn from. So you, and I want to see what this card says for you. 6 of Swords, 2 sixes, my darling. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it, Spirit is saying. Whatever you're doing, even if you don't know the answer, keep doing it. Keep trusting that as you are moving forward now, there will be a shift, there will be a change in your relationship. The 6 of Swords is about the end of times that might have been seen as a little bit challenging for you. So it's going to bring in a period of relief. But it's not to say that that is going to always be like that. There's always dips and troughs and peaks to any form of relationship. But just come away from being the daughter and stand in it as an observation, as a soul, and that will help you. But there is an end of challenging times for you, darling. Where are we that Chris, there we are, Chris. You were one of the first I saw. Hello, I'd be so grateful for reading. As mentioned, I'm moving and lots of change. It's uncomfortable, but I'm hopeful. Will it work out? Chris, thank you, Spirit. Messages for Chris. Messages for Chris. What wishes to come out? Wise counselor. You are moving, my darling, because you've got here, this is the Hierophant. This is an opportunity for you to connect with a different community, a community of like-minded souls for yourself. And it is something that you, at a subconscious level, have been asking for. So you're doing the right thing for the right reason, Spirit is saying. So although you may feel uncomfortable, it's because you're letting go of an existing energy structure, and sometimes you can feel a bit wobbly when that structure starts to dissolve and dissipate. So the Hierophant is a really lovely, committed card and a sign of a community coming in for you, darling. Dr. Sunila, yesterday I came across your readings about school career. Thank you for making me realise what I need to do, even though that's not what I like. P.S. What does it mean to see 1111 continuing? 1111, my darling, is a sign that you're on your right path. It's also a sign that actually there are other signs that we're not seeing, is what Spirit's saying to me now. I didn't know that about 1111, but that's what I'm receiving. So when we see 1111, it's like a little tap on the wrist from the universe to say, pay notice, pay attention. And you know, where our attention goes, energy flows. So just be observant of other signs that you may have missed. Doesn't matter, they'll come back around again. They come back, they tend to be bigger and better when they come back. But 1111 is a great big awakening sign as well, darling. So Rose, I'm at a crossroads in my life and I'm looking for direction. Thank you. I have just done a daily short today, Rose, on exactly that. So I know that the answer is there for you, but let's see what wants to come out for Rose. 5 of Pentacles. So what they want you to do is to come away, try, my darling, to trust that this crossroads is a necessary change for you. This crossroads is at a point, it's at a pivotal moment of your life. And when we start to bring worry into that, a fear of, we are attracting that towards us. Trust that change, the change we see in our lives, is because we are always changing, we're always evolving. And sometimes there has to be an uncomfortable change in order for us to go from that point to that point. So whatever this crossroads is, Spirit would like you to refocus your thoughts this time and plan. Do that law of preparation. Utilize the spiritual laws. Prepare for what you do want to happen. Don't prepare for failure. Prepare for success. Don't prepare for failure. So let's have a look to see. Karina, I'm waiting for a new path for so long now. Can you tell me, is it near? I'm trying to be so patient. For Karina, a message for Karina. Thank you. 10 of Swords. This is 10. This is the end of. Okay, my darling. So whatever you have done, this is again a spiritual applause from the universe, because you have energetically put aside. It's not raining anymore. It's not crying. It's the rain representing the emotions. You have decided it is a bright sunny day. This is what you're going to move forward into your life with, that positivity. And you've put aside those 10 swords in that umbrella pot, and the door is open for you. Swords representing communication again. So what you're taking with you here is this blue cloak of communication. Please ensure that you are constantly speaking as you feel, but doing it in a way that is releasing what still needs to, just a little bit that needs to come out. With the 10 of Swords, it is the end of, it's still that energy surrounding you. So remain a little bit patient. The door is open. The new day has begun. And you are about to enter into a new cycle, because 10 is the finish, the end of. Amy, is that how I say it, my darling? Anne-Marie, hi Victoria, change of workplace is afoot for me. I can feel it. Should I take a leap of faith and jump now, or wait till the end of the year? 3 of Swords you've got, and the 8 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. You are facing a challenge right now, which is allowing for you to further your personal growth at this time, my darling. And there is a lot going on in your life, and I believe that Spirit wishes for you to almost shut down in your life all sorts of other things that are doing that control or delete thing on the computer at this time. There are things that are also happening for you. There may be unexpected events or things that are changing for you. So there is a little bit of a pause time. One more card, please. Thank you, Spirit. The 4 of Wands. So there is this coming into your life, something that you're very much committed to. What I feel for you is to not say that you're taking the leap of faith, but just to set your intention that whatever is not of your life is going to dissolve, dissipate, disappear from your life. and that whatever is intended for you is going to make itself very obvious to you, and then see what comes through. Because at the moment there is a hesitation, and when we have a hesitation, when we are in that sort of dichotomy of wondering what to do, it is because there's not the right time for the answer to come through to you. So just take a little pause at the moment and see what else, because there is something for you. That 8 of Wands is a surprise and delight. Jamie, is there anything I'm not seeing that needs to be done or released in order to move forward on my highest life path? Thank you for Jamie. You've got the High Priestess and the 10 of Pentacles. More observation, my darling. You know, I talk about meditation. I talk about sitting in stillness. I talk about observation. And observation, really, another word for observation is awareness. And when we live life in an aware state of being, we're actually almost in a meditative state most of the day. So other than when we get caught up with other little things. But Spirit is asking you to live. The High Priestess is the need, the intense need to observe your life. And the only way to observe it is to detach from it. It is seeing it through the eyes of Spirit. It's seeing what is in front of you through the eyes of Spirit, the eyes of the universe, and to welcome, to be open to receiving the insight you will receive if you choose to see your life through the eyes of Spirit, because suddenly you are able to bypass the subconscious blocks and the conscious blocks that are not allowing energetic movement forward because it is stuck. So detach, walk around yourself, have a look to see what's happening in your life, and ask the questions if you don't know the answers. Very, very, very important. It is also a great time for you with the High Priestess that in doing this, you are going to encourage your intuition, your insight, your foresight, because the High Priestess is a very powerful card, and it reminds us that we are each our own gurus. We just have to listen to ourselves, and we have to trust what we are receiving. So really, really, really trust what you're receiving. When you get that thought that comes through that almost seems to have come out of nowhere, especially if it's something that you haven't thought of it that way before, or you don't say that word normally, or it surprises you with the way it comes in, that is not your mind. That is infinite intelligence. So there is a need to observe at this time, darling, and to step into that. Anne Maria, should I take a chance on Maria or should I not? Anne Maria, advice. Anne Maria for Maria. Well, you've got two conflicting energies here. You've got the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. What feels right to you, my darling? Your confusion is coming from not looking at your deepest subconscious motivations with this. Are you, with Maria, repeating something in your past that needs to be repeated back to you? Are you in a place with the King of Swords where you're feeling that it's you're not sure, you're not quite sure of the way forward, and you're not really feeling inspired, and this doesn't really sing to you? But if there is a hesitation with you, I want you to think about what that hesitation, that block is. That is your answer. Is to look, it's not necessarily to look at what's going right for you, but to look at what's stopping you. Why the hesitation? What is it trying to tell you? What is it trying to communicate with you as well? So have a think about that. Everything, my darling, when I do the cards, for everybody here and for myself as well, as a reminder, the cards are here not to tell you your future. That is up to you. The cards are here for you to perhaps see things differently, connect differently, resonate differently, and affect that change in your life by suddenly making a shift in your energy and your perception about things. The cards are here as a self-empowerment tool for you, because you and only you can affect your future. Nobody else can do it for you. You and only you are in control of what you are emotionally, energy and motion putting out there, and therefore what you're receiving. And one of the most powerful ways of affecting your own future and feeling empowered is to, and they're there as guideposts, is to utilize the spiritual laws of the universe. Look them up, my darling. See which resonates with you, because the ones that are going to appear to you are the ones that you're being guided to think about at this time. Use affirmations, set your intentions. Incredibly powerful thing to do. But the cards here they're not just cards, okay? So these cards are an extension of the universe, of spirit, of God, whatever you want to call it. And they are reaching into the deepest part of something maybe you haven't looked at to get you to look at. They are a sort of energetic clearing card, but they're also an energetic redirection card for you as well. They're a spiritual direction card, let's put it that way. And the reason for that is to be a spiritual director is to ask the questions and then be ready to receive the answers, but to also seek. It's in the seeking that you will find. Sorry about that little thing, but I think that was important to say. Danielle, how does Paul feel about me currently? Thank you. How does Paul feel about Danielle? 10 of Wands. At a point of his life, my darling, where he is feeling slightly overwhelmed with everything, overwhelmed with too much responsibility, overwhelmed. He's feeling that sort of energetic burden. Now, I don't know if that's coming from the relationship with you or just is a culmination of all sorts of things for him at this time. And it is causing him a lot of stress and anxiety. Thank you, Spirit. One more card for this, please. Thank you. But alongside of that, you've also got the King of Wands. So within this space, he is trying his best to, because there is a lot of passion, there's a lot of desire there, there's a lot of love there. He's trying his best to do his best, but he is overwhelmed at this time. And just be observant of that. None of his behavior towards you is a reflection of you and him. The behavior towards you is a reflection of where he feels he is right now in his life. Lisa, is the divine bringing Madison back into my life? Lisa, for Lisa, is the divine bringing Madison back into Lisa's life? What can Lisa do? Thank you. You've got the Four of Pentacles. Big message from Spirit. Let go, my darling. Let go of this, okay? You're holding on to this situation, and in the holding on that you're feeling a lack of at this time, the surest, fastest way to give yourself peace is to accept at this present time that there is a separation, and to accept that there is a reason, there is a universal reason for this, and to therefore seek to find what that reason may be. And it's always for you, it's always for your greatest good, my darling, to seek. You know, when we as a soul choose a certain direction in our lives, or others choose a certain direction in our lives, there is always a coming apart and a moving apart of various energies within our life. And if he is or she is meant to come back into your life, they will. But your utter acceptance, your peace in this present moment is going to give you the happiness that you're looking for at this time, because everything that is intended for you, my darling, will come in for you, and everything that's not will fall away in your life. So they're asking you to let go and trust that the universe is at play in this, and you will know when you are meant to know. I'm sorry, I can't tell you more than that, but that is the card that they showed me. Pat Queen, will I ever meet my soulmate? Thank you for Pat Queen and her soulmate. Yes, you will. You got the Empress, something rather magical. And it is a time for you. You will meet your soulmate, my darling, when you're ready to receive them. So in the meantime, it's about focusing on you and learning to receive. And that goes down to the smallest little things, like learning to say thank you when people say something nice, learning to receive. You've already it's already done, as above, down below. That's represented in the Empress card. You've already, this is a birth of something new and a birth of something wonderful. And now, in order to nurture that, in order to grow that, focus your energies now on your own growth, so that you are ready to receive, because the soulmate that's coming in for you is going to come in at the energetic level that you are wishing and choosing to be at. So whatever happening for you now is preparing you for that. So don't hang around and wait. Just get busy with your law of preparation. And that is about you focusing on you, my darling, creating a beautiful, and knowing that you deserve it, and knowing that you're worthy of it, and creating a beautiful energy of abundance, of gratefulness, of when it's meant to happen, it's going to happen for me. But this is the Emperor, so this is really, really lovely energy. Hello, Parry. How are you, my darling? Everybody, Parry always puts the most extraordinary spiritual guidance messages for all of my videos. I'm very, very blessed to have her as part of this Veritas family community. So do take a moment, because she's so lovely at doing it, and very prompt at doing it. Do take a moment to read them, because I know within those messages, she's been guided to leave messages for those that are going to read them. So Ankita will be contact in 7 days. See it from a different perspective, my darling. See it from a different perspective. There are unexpected things happening for you. This is a crossroads in your life. This is about you not waiting for that to happen within 7 days, because if you're saying it's 7 days, you're saying it's then nothing else. It has to be 7 days. That's your expectation. So just say, B is going to contact me when it is intended for her to do, or him to do so. So it's about seeing things that when we restrict it by putting a very, very resistant, this is how I want it to happen. Thank you so much, my darling. And this is when I want it to happen. So it's about seeing life from a different perspective, my darling. And if she or he is going, just look at it this way. If they are going to, then that's wonderful. If they do, they're meant to. If they don't, you're being protected. They're not meant to. Just accept it. Acceptance, radical acceptance of everything is the sure, fastest way of both releasing resistance within your life and allowing the universe to bring what it is you're wanting to you faster. And you can practice, it's practicing it as well. But feel the feeling of that relief, even in a few moments. Rachel, hi darling, a message about what I can look forward to for Rachel. You've got the King of Swords. Somebody who is coming into your life that is both the King of Swords and the King of Wands. I'm going to show both of these cards to you. Let's get them both around the right way for you. There you go. So somebody who is emotionally there, somebody who is very trustworthy, somebody who you have manifested. I'm seeing the ship in this card. Somebody that you've manifested as well, my darling. Somebody who has learned that and learned their way of communication. I'm not going to say the hard way, but the universe way sometimes, where we are given experiences to help us do it. So because they felt a little bit like a fish out of water. But this is the King of Wands alongside the King of Swords is something that is communicated in the right way to you, is expressive in the right way. It is trustworthy. It is solid. So that's really rather lovely. Any messages from Egypt for Dominique? Thank you. Any messages from Egypt for Dominique? I might change cards in a second. Yes. Nine of Swords, my darling. Too much worry going on in that little noodle of yours. Okay, too much. You're creating a foundation of fear at this time. And Spirit is saying that it is unfounded. The Nine of Swords is when we really get stuck in a place of repeating over and over again, like a washing machine or a dryer. What you are doing at the moment is creating fear, is sort of getting out of proportion to what is actually happening in your life. And try and catch yourself in that space of doing that. It again takes practice, but it's about refocusing your thoughts. You know, there are things that you can do. I mean, breathing. I put up on the channel, on the description box of some of the videos, some fantastic people on Instagram that do wonderful breathing exercises, live classes, live groups. One of them is Breath Pod, absolutely wonderful guy with the most extraordinary smile, Stuart, and the other one is March Russell. And it's a fantastic way of just getting and centering yourself and bringing yourself back into the present moment. And it's also the breathing. This is a message from Spirit, because you've got your 9 swords here, and it's all about air. It's a wonderful way of releasing your fears and your anxieties and your stress in a very natural way. So that is your message, my darling. Anna, whichever you feel drawn to, new business or romantic life. Okay, for Anna, thank you. For Anna. Ooh. Well, I don't think it really matters, my darling. You've got the Page of Swords and the 3 of Cups. So I'm feeling with this, the 2 are combined. They've given you 2 cards here. The Page of Swords is a wonderful moment in time for you, where you are going to receive some information that is certainly about you're going to resonate with. The Page of Swords is about an exploratory time for you. And I feel with this as well, it's an exploratory time that, and this is a combination of both your sort of career and your sort of other relationships, because this exploratory time for you is bringing in the 3 of Cups. That is joy, that is celebration, that is like-minded souls, like-minded energy, everything that makes you feel full of gratitude and joy and recognition as well. So Page of Swords and the 3 of Cups. So again, with the Page of Swords, with it being a transitionary time for you, be very observant, and please listen to yourself. Listen to what's coming through at this time. Okay. And anything to do with work, with the Page of Swords, see it with that type of insight. See that you're learning something new here, or you're needing to be made aware of something, Spirit is saying. So just observe closely. But it is transformational. You've got the butterflies here with the Page of Swords. Right, I'm going to change the decks. For Pam. Any messages for me trying to know my purpose right now? For Pam, thank you, Spirit. Too many cards. 9 of Cups, my darling, and the Empress. Where are you, my darling? It's all okay. 9 of Cups. I love this card. You see with the dandelion, you've sent your wishes on the wind. Now you have to trust that they will come back to you. In the divine design for you, my darling. You've sent your wishes on the wind. It is something that is about you being nurturing. It is something that you have subconsciously or consciously been wishing for, but it's something that's going to bring you a great deal of fulfillment. It is something that's come because you have realized that other things in your life have not given you that same sense of fulfillment, and so you have subconsciously or consciously again been putting it out there. And the Empress this is a lovely time for you if you have been thinking about doing something. It's a lovely time for you to start to nurture that idea, start to prepare for it, because this is a rebirth for you in terms of your creative expression and expansion at this time. So take action, constructive action at this time with whatever you love to do, my darling. But your wishes on the wind, it's all going to land where it's meant to land, like those little dandelion seeds. Jolie, guidance on how to transition into midlife from spirit, please. Messages for Jolie. Very simple. My normal big message. Queen of Wands. The transition is a very powerful one when you let go of what you used to do or say in order to make other people happy, or how you feel other people might want you to be or want you to do. The Queen of Wands is somebody who is absolutely driven in a beautiful way by being self is, not selfish, but self is, understanding that first and foremost what is right for her at a soul level is right for everybody else at a soul level, that she has that energetic connection with, like a ripple effect. Because what is right at a soul level is right for everybody else. It falls into the divine law, the divine oneness. And when we try and do things that are outside of what feels authentic for ourselves, we disturb the waters, let's just put it that way. Queen of Wands, Dunning, do what you love to do. This is your creative. I'm so sorry, this is the Queen of Pentacles, but it doesn't matter. It's the same thing. Do what you love to do. You're very good at creating. You're very good at manifesting. See in your life what you have manifested into your life already. Make choices. Don't be in a rush to make choices in your life. Allow yourself to sit and feel your way through this. You have had a bit of a journey, but you're very independent now, and you're learning to receive, my darling. So when you're looking at an approach, it's not so much a sensible approach, but it is an approach that makes sense to you. It has to make sense to you, and it has to make spiritual sense to you. So if you are feeling flustered or choices and decisions don't feel right, then don't be in any rush to make them. Just allow whatever's meant to unfold for you to unfold for you. But there is no rush, okay? And there are lots of different, every choice and decision we end up making ends up seeming that it was the right thing to do, doesn't it? However much sometimes fear stops us from making it, it all seems just to work out on its own. So just trust in the great unfolding of it. And you have got the World card at the bottom of the deck. So this is a completion, a wonderful completion of where you have been in your life, a successful completion. And you may not see all of it as a success, but it is all a success at a spiritual level, because there's been so much that's been learnt and released. And now you're looking to expand in a different way. So you are going to have a bit of a breather, the universe says, a little bit of a pause time before this new cycle happens for you. But just be very proud of yourself, because there is a great big, you're coming into your own now, my darling, and now live life as consciously as you possibly can. Chrissy, hello, who is coming towards me in love? Thank you. Again, my darling, let it go. Let it go at this time. See it from a different perspective. When and then you've got the King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. You have manifested somebody. You have manifested them. What have you manifested is the answer. I mean, it is somebody who is the King of Cups, and so that is something that's solid. But in this space of waiting, of being in the waiting room, you're not living your life, my darling. And when we wait around, we have a state of, yes, expectation. But when expectation slows us down energetically, then it's a destructive behavior. So the constructive behavior is to say, do you know what? That person's coming into my life. I've manifested them. Obviously, you have done a great deal of work, because this is the King of Cups. But there is choices for you to make with this awakening card. And it's the decision that there are unexpected changes happening for you. And there are decisions that you're going to make at this fork in your life coming up here that will bring in, and I'm feeling that they're being quite funny, because the right fork of this is next to the King of Cups. So I'm feeling that you will choose the right fork, but it's not present in front of you just yet. And it's about letting go of things that you thought were important in your life and embracing a different way of looking at life. Because just if you're worried about things right now, this is causing a lot of resistance. And the daffodils are there to remind us that despite the bleakness of winter sometimes as a season, despite the rest time of winter, the quiet time of winter, the cold time of winter, the darker time of winter, the daffodils always find a way, don't they, of suddenly just appearing, and it's spring. But if you are not observant of the signs, you won't see what is beginning to show you that this is on its way to you. But it starts with you, my darling. I trust that makes sense. Right, I'm moving on to the other deck. Ingrid, hi Victoria, I hope you're well. Could I have a message from Spirit, please? Thank you. Lovely card for you. 9 of Earth and 2 of Fire, my darling. So you've manifested something already. 2 of Fire, you've done it. It's done. It's planted. It's in the ground there. And you're seeing things from a really, really different perspective than you used to be able to do so. And because of that, you are very content in the space of being both independent, enjoying your solitude. This is a recognition from Spirit, but also consciously living your life and seeing what is there for you, what is grown for you, what is abundant for you, and appreciating the different seasonal approach to it. The 9 of Pentacles represents somebody who lives their life consciously and is because of that able to affect a change in their life that they otherwise wouldn't be able to do so. So thank you, Spirit. One more card for the 2 of Wands, please. Thank you. Ace of Earth. Oh my goodness, something. they're saying it with a wink, the moon card here for you, okay? Something yet unseen, something yet unknown, but something that's a great big whopper of a manifestation that's coming in for you. So I don't know if you know what it is, my darling, but it's certainly something of infinite opportunity for you, but something you've desired. So again, look for the signs. They're there for you. John, greetings. A few cards for October for you, for John. Thank you, Spirit. Lovers, my darling, you're making a choice about something that's really quite big in your life regarding love. Thank you. Tell me more about the Lovers card. 9 of Earth again, and the 3 of Earth, and the 10 of Earth. Well, my darling, there is, and I don't know if you're aware of this yet or not, but this is the energy that's surrounding you at this time. You've got the Lovers card. So this again is making a big decision. A big decision about a relationship that has a big impact on your life. And with the 9 of Earth and the 3 of Earth, that's 11 Pentacles there. This is Spirit led. This is something that with, again, your conscious way of creating and living your life, you are manifesting a very strong foundation for this relationship with the 10 of Earth, the 10 of Pentacles here. This is that absolute dream kind of interdependence. I'm not going to say codependence, but dream interdependence of a relationship that is based on seeing, on hearing, on trusting, on knowing, on being independent oneself as well. But knowing also that there are overlaps within that relationship that are very necessary for you both to grow from, to evolve from. So I don't know if you are aware of this, whatever it is, my darling, it's a big major life change or big major life kind of difference for you, but it is something that is there because you've stopped leaning into relationships. You've kind of detached from it. You're starting to see relationships from a spirit-led way rather than a mind-led way. That's what Spirit's saying to me, and there's a recognition from Spirit for that. Angel, hi Victoria. I have a message from Spirit, please. Thank you for Angel. Thank you. Let me just shuffle the cards a second. message for Angel. Thank you, Spirit. Ace of Fire, my darling. Brilliant time for you, whatever it is that you love to do. Ace of Fire, this is the message from the universe, is to go for it, to go for your creative expression. That's your individual representation of your soul, my darling. Do it, go for it, embrace it, love it, enjoy it, throw yourself at it like a child. Imagine it. To imagine it is to create it. So you are, what you're doing now, or what you're thinking of doing now, you're preparing for the future. So wonderful, wonderful message for you. Hi, Victoria. I met someone who had a very strong connection. Just wanted to know what I can expect from this. Her name is Vanessa. Please, for those people who tell me about Vanessa, thank you. The High Priestess has come out for you. What else has come out for you? And the Wise Counselor and the Strength card. Whatever this relationship is, my darling, these are three big major arcanas. It has a big part to play in your life. And I feel, because you've got Wise Counselor, which is the Hierophant and also Teacher, and the High Priestess, this connection at a soul level is there to teach both of you. It's there. So go into it with the understanding that there's much more to it than you may think there is from a surface level. And I don't mean surface level like that, but there's a deep spiritual connection why you have, and I'm not going to say met, but you have connected at this time in your life. It was preordained, pre-agreed. And Spirit wants you to go into this relationship with an intense observation. There is something you don't know, but it's going to reveal itself within this relationship. And it's going to be a great, this Wise Counselor, it is a soul gift to you that's really going to help you at this time learn, unravel. Thank you so much, my darling. That's very kind. So one more card. And it's going to be, you've got the Tower, but this is a good Tower, my darling, because this Tower is about you letting go of old belief systems. An old energy structure is going to disappear, and that transference of information that you're going to be open to receiving with this relationship is going to allow you to see things in a whole different light. So it's going to allow for a transformation. Look at those words: life change, liberation, and realization. To liberate is to liberate your energy, stuck energy of the past. And sometimes those big soulmate connections are there to help us stop repeating patterns of conditioned behavior that we've done in the past and actually start to look at it and decide we want to renew and do things differently. So that's why this relationship is there for you. Howdy Pira, is that how I say it, my darling? Kudals feelings, and when will he ask me to marry? Kudals feelings. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Well, Ace of Fire, you've got the Ace of Wands has flown out. So I think that's very self-explanatory. He certainly sees you as the Queen of Fire, the Queen of Wands, which is lovely. So there's a lot of energy and motion between you. Thank you. Any other advice? Anything else you wish to say? Eight of Earth. So with the Eight of Earth, this is a message for you, my darling. Thank you. There's also the Ten of Swords, that you're trapping yourself at the moment. You're trapping yourself in the moment in this feeling of waiting for him to ask you something. And Spirit wants you to get on with your life, as in to trust that this is the energy between you, and to trust that any question will come in the right time. But actually, this energy here of waiting is very destructive. This energy here is constructive energy. You're allowing movement forward. You're allowing things to happen. Because when you're waiting, have you noticed when you're waiting for something, it never appears? So stop waiting, because it's stuck energy. Start to do. That's liberated energy. Allow this relationship to start to create its own momentum. And then when you move forward, you allow the space behind, you allow the space between you, allow there to be an energetic almost void for him to step into. So no more waiting. And also think about it. Thank you, my darling. Think about it when we scarf. Imagine energy as a scarf that two people are holding. And if one person is pulling on the scarf and the other person is pulling as well, you'll both pull back. So rather than pull, because there's a pull energetically at the moment going on in this relationship, if you just drop the scarf and just let it go and just say, do you know what? It's going to happen if it's meant to happen. Then that energy that's facing you is not going to pull back. It's going to come forward or remain the same. And in the remaining the same, this is how he sees you, the Queen of Fire and the Ace of Wands. So Ace of Fire. So he is attracted and adores and loves that independent, energetic fire in you. But if you're waiting around, your fire's going down to a little smolder. So you get on and do you, darling, which is beautiful and brilliant. And you keep creating that momentum forward in your relationship. Laura, guidance on selling home, moving and releasing the old, including people. Guidance messages for Laura. Thank you. Well, completion. There's the world card for you. And that, again, is a big clap from the universe for you. You have certainly looking to accomplish something in your life. There is going to be a little bit of, the world also always represents a pause in our life. But the Two of the Earth has come out with this. And what Spirit is saying, don't be overwhelmed by this, okay? Don't be overwhelmed by decisions. They're saying it's almost child's play for you. You're very good at doing the balancing thing. You're very good at choosing what to prioritize. But just treat each day as a day where you wake up in the morning and you said, you know what, this is what I'm going to look, this is my intention for me to achieve today. Rome isn't built in a day. So that's that. In terms of releasing people, there will have been a certain amount of releasing done within the world card, but let's see. So yeah, 7 of Fire, 5 of Fire has come out for you. So you've already within this space, this is where you felt trapped within combative energies, energies that were keeping you in one space. The 7 of Fire is the reminder that actually when we are faced with challenges like that, the best way of responding is not to react back, is not to fight back, is not to try and prove oneself, is not to try and defend oneself. It is with a huge amount of courage and determination that sometimes we say nothing at all, but we stand firm within our ideals and our values, within our higher self. And actually you are within that space creating an energetic boundary, protecting it, guarding it, cherishing it by saying no, by choosing not to respond, simply because you understand that sometimes when people are committed to misunderstanding you, there's nothing you can say or do that's going to change that. So you are already doing that. They are saying there are lots. Your 7 of Cups is the confusion card, but it's also the choices card. Whatever choices you're making now, my darling, make those choices from that place that as you make it, you just know it feels right. And if you can't make up your choice, also trust that every choice that you make, and we're making choices every second of every day of our lives, how to feel, what to think, and more kind of defined choices that we're saying, I must do this, or I should do this, or I need to do that. But when we make those choices, if we can make them with aware state of how am I feeling when I'm making this choice? Do I really want to do that? Is that a choice that I'm making because I've done that before and it just feels comfortable? That spiritual direction you can give your life. Question yourself rather than just doing the same thing and expecting the same result. So that's I hope that makes sense, my darling. So that shouldn't be in there. Cindy, what does Spirit need for me to know? Seven of Earth, my darling. It's all in hand. The seeds have been sown. And actually, some of it is already bang in front of you, Angel. So the usual thing with the 7 of Pentacles is to trust that everything is unfolding the way it's meant to for you. That actually sometimes it takes time, more time. We created time. Impatience is one of the biggest remembrances or lessons. And impatience comes when we feel we want something to happen now. And when we want something to happen now, we're reacting from our conscious being, not living life consciously. Let's call it this way: conscious, subconscious, superconscious, or conscious, which is the ego, subconscious, which is the kind of reactive ego, and then superconscious, which is higher self. So the Seven of Pentacles is a card of, in our identity personality place, in our ego place, we're saying, well, I want it to happen now. Why isn't it happening now? And that's the feeling that's coming out from your subconscious. So, well, it's not necessarily for you. What I'm saying to you is you're very aware. You can see, do you see these pentacles on the tree? You're there, you've got your basket ready to pick. So this is a reminder for us all. And darling, you're aware of the signs. You're seeing the signs, but it is asking you to have a little patience at this time, because there is something that, and they're asking you to take a leap of faith for something as well. That's come out for you. Take a leap of faith. Thank you, Spirit. Anything else on this one, on the Seven of Earth? More. Thank you. Two of Cups. I don't think I need to say any more, but that's your Two of Cups. Whatever that is, as a connection, a partnership, a soulmate, it's there, and you've manifested it, my darling, and it's there within. Isn't that rather lovely? It's much closer than you think. It's there within that same sort of orchard. Jessica, hello. Would really like to know if I should pursue a relationship with Curtis. Jessica and Curtis. Stop thinking. Start feeling, darling. Stop thinking. You're overanalyzing it. You're over-worrying about it. You're bringing in the fears that you're thinking are based on experiences that you've had before, and you're thinking it's going to repeat itself. So start to think about where you see yourself now and how you feel about yourself, and do you feel different about yourself, and have you released things from the past? Can you consciously see that within you, that there are things that you just wouldn't do the same again? And if that is the case, my darling, then what is coming in for you is a reflection of that. So stop overthinking about you almost being a sort of not consciously part of this, that this could happen to you again, and start seeing what your part of it is. And anyway, so I feel you've got the message there, which is lovely, because that Two of Cups is a very beautiful card, and you've manifested this, my darling. So what have you manifested in your life? A renewal, or a reaction of something again, a same type of relationship, or something new, because it's very, very close. And the only thing that's stopping you at the moment from stepping forward is the nervousness that this something might happen all over again. But you've created this, darling. Step out of the ego side, step into the aware state of being. Thank you, my darling. Hi, may I know if I will get a permanent job, Paulina? Thank you. Message for Paulina. Yes, but you have to believe it, darling. The Magician and the Knight of Earth, the Knight of Pentacles. You're going to get something. It's going to be solid. It's going to be secure, but you have to believe it. You are your magician. This is about the key to manifesting in life is to absolutely believe, absolutely trust. And if you know, that lovely thing of Anthony Hopkins, believe, believe, believe. And if you can't quite believe, play the game of belief. Act as if it's happened, because that's sheer willpower. Believe it. And whenever you're in that believing present moment of actually, do you know what, it is going to come in for me. Don't just then ignore that. Sit within those feelings of belief and send that vibration out, because that is the law of attraction working for you in the most powerful way. Because if you hand in hand have belief and knowing alongside what it is that you are asking for yourself, your will is the universe's will. But when you doubt and you're asking, then you're just causing a mishmash of energies. So if you believe it, darling, it will come. Anna, any advice from spirit reading relationships and moving? A lot of moving for everybody. Anna, messages for Anna, thank you. Melissa, I've seen yours as well. Where I can pull some cards. Let me just do Anna's first. Thank you. On relationships and moving. There's a big message in today's readings. This is about releasing, relaxing, and receiving. There is still some releasing for you, my darling, with the Four of Swords. And it's important that you protect your space at this time, your energy space at this time. It's important that you spend time alone, and it's important that you allow yourself to receive. And then you've got the King of Fire, the King of Wands coming in. So yes, there is something regarding relationships. It's coming in that way that is with you moving, wherever you're moving to in a different direction, it's coming in there, because I can see there with the Falcon, it's coming in when you move in a different direction. So for Melissa, I'm starting a new project. Would I make more profits focusing my illustrations only on monsters and bosses, or should I also include caricature too? So money is energy. One of the wonderful expressions I learned recently, which is for all of us, when we are doing something that we, let me just say it. So I do wonderful work in a wonderful way. I provide wonderful service for wonderful pay. So in stating that, whatever you are drawn and guided to do that feels wonderful to you will receive wonderful pay. It is that flow of energy, my darling. So if you love doing your caricature stuff, do that as well, because that's your creative expression, and then it creates a beautiful energetic momentum of love surrounding it. For Melissa, one card, please. Thank you, Parry. Okay, all in balance, my darling. Three of Swords, Three of Wands. You've already manifested this. The abundance is already yours. It's about believing that it's coming in for you, because you're doing something that's authentic for yourself. Alongside the Eight of Earth, the Eight of Pentacles, do everything that inspires you, that wishes for you to create, darling. Do what feels right on a particular day. Don't conform to what you feel is the normal that you need to do. Do what is right for you, because what is right for you creates that beautiful, liberated, energetic flow. And that includes money, my darling. And then alongside of that, you've got the Six of Earth. So it's all in balance. What you're giving out, you're receiving. Flow of energy. Saying thank you every time you're doing something and giving it out. Every time I do my readings, I say thank you to Spirit. I give it out. And every time you come back towards me with beautiful support and financial support as well, but also messages and love. So I'm giving and I'm receiving. So that is the Six of Earth, and it's talking about the balances in your life. Don't be overbalanced by trying to do something that is not right for you. Messages for Marie and Callum. Thank you. Five of Earth and the Queen of Fire. Again, darling, there is a lack in your life right now. And Spirit is reminding you that's not who you are. You're this. And this is where you're feeling right now. And so there is assistance for you. There is guidance for you. And it's actually there for you both in your reality. So look to see who you resonate with, that you can talk to, because there is divine assistance there for you at this time that's going to help you create a new foundation, a new way of feeling about yourself, my darling. So let's just do one more card for you. Thank you, Spirit. A new way of feeling about yourself. You've lost your spark, darling, in this waiting. And Spirit wants you to think about who you were before all of this, who you were before, and who you truly are here. And to come back to being determined to put yourself first at this time. That's that message. Thank you. Mystery. Hello, Victoria. Thank you, darling. Please, when I get a reading on general spirit messages for me and a guidance on my career path. General spirit. Oh, my goodness, my darling. They want to give you lots of messages. Hang on a second. General messages. Thank you. General messages. Nine of Swords, my darling. Too much worry happening at this time. Too many sleepless nights. Too much overthinking. Thank you. What else wishes to come out? Again, I come back to worry is destructive energy. And when we focus on the worry, it's our imagination focusing on the wrong, what we imagine we create. Okay, and again, think about the power of not only our thoughts but the power of words. I say that you're saying. So we create as we speak. That wonderful word abracadabra. So what you're thinking and saying and doing now is causing you to feel very stuck in your life. But actually, Spirit wants to remind you that this is who you are, the Queen of Cups. Look at the kindness on that face. Look at the intent. Look at the listening on this. The Queen of Cups is somebody who you have untapped at the moment, psychic, I'm going to say gifts. We all have these gifts, but there is something they're wishing to draw to your attention at this time. There's something that you are meant to do, to either take a course or to learn, or there's some books or there's some writing for you to do. But whatever it is, it's going to discover some gifts within you that's going to help you at this time, because I think you're here, whatever journey that you've been on, it's to then end up helping and helping to trigger others to heal themselves as well. But we have to sometimes go through, and they're saying, yes, that's the Ace of Swords. We sometimes have to go through experiences. This is the Justice card. Experiences, life lessons, all of it, in order for us to truly feel and understand and know, because it doesn't matter, as you know, how much somebody will tell us something. Until we feel it, we can't resonate it with it. And unless we can resonate with it, we're not going to then be it. So that's why experiences in our life are the most important thing, experiences and feelings. And the Justice card is to say to you that everything is beautifully working out for you, and that actually you can see and hear things that within this aware state of being that you wouldn't otherwise do. And that actually, and this is a message for all of us, again, coming back to spiritual law, living within spiritual law as guideposts for us is the most kindest spiritual direction that we can give our lives. And Spirit also wants to, it doesn't trap us, it frees us. And Spirit, when we choose to look at spiritual law, and there's, there are 12, 13, 14 of them. I'm sure there's more, but there are some really key ones. And when we choose to live by that as guideposts, then we actually start to see the universe has an extraordinary sense of humor, obviously an extraordinary sense of timing as well. So there we are. Perfectly said, Parry. Thank you, Puja. Puja, right, let's see for you, general reading for Puja. Okay, take some time, my darling. A roundup, the world, a completion, an end of something for you, the beginning of something new. But in the meantime, you have the Hermit card. So this is a time that Spirit is asking you to do a lot of reflection, a lot of observation, and also to spend time alone, because being alone, being in solitude, gives us great possibility to really start to talk to ourselves, start to hang out with our higher self, start to appreciate ourselves. We're not trying to fill our time with lots and lots of different distractions. We're actually really in the present moment. There is a decision that you are being asked to make at this time that is causing you a little bit of worry, a little bit of fear, and it comes back to this page of fire, to understanding that do look at your deepest motivations at this time. What is motivating you in your life at this time? And perhaps there is a redirection that is needed. Okay, my darlings, I am going to do just 2 or 3 more, and then I am going to, I think, wrap it up for the day. But let me just have some water. Hang on a second. Juhi, is that how I say it? New subscriber. We have a divine connection and future together? Awakening and the Moon are the 2 main cards that have come out for you, my darling. There's something still yet that you're not yet meant to know, but it is there. It's coming in for you. It's something you're also not seeing with the Awakening card, seeing it from a different perspective. What do you want, my darling? What do you truly, truly, truly want? What brings you happiness is the question from Spirit, because there is a pause for you at the moment to allow you to think about what you are giving and what you're receiving in life at this time. And I feel that you've got here the King of Fire and the Queen of Pentacles. And I feel at this time that there is an imbalance with what you're giving and receiving. So that is the answer from Spirit. It's time for you to look at what your deepest motivations are on this. And they're also now saying the High Priestess and the Wise Counselor really need to observe now this relationship and what it's trying to teach you and tell you. And also the Wise Counselor here is about the Hierophant. It doesn't say that it's not going to be a long-term commitment for you, but it's very much a card of you remaining committed to your self-growth above everything else. And everything else will fall into place when you make that connection with yourself, the most important thing, because then you have a sense of belonging. And with that sense of belonging, you're not needing of other relationships to make you feel adrift, let's put it that way. But this is a big connection for you. So, yes. Sorry, I tend to sometimes just keep talking. Harmony, new subscriber. May I have a general love reading for Harmony? For Harmony. Queen of Cups. Thank you. The Chariot and the Eight of Fire. Well, wherever you're giving your attention to, my darling, right now, things are happening very fast. Queen of Cups is the first card I saw. So I think you're writing and setting out your intentions quite clearly. You've got the Chariot, which is movement forward. Don't let anything distract you at this time from what it is that you're looking to achieve with regards to love, my darling. Because you are very powerful in the way that you are setting your intentions and focus, but don't get distracted by other things. But also don't worry about when and how. It's the recognition of yourself as a manifestor here, living life consciously, because where attention goes, energy flows. And there is a lot of energy going in one direction. Eight of Fire, please. Thank you. Eight of Fire, please. Nine of Wands. This is because you're now doing it differently. You're now living life differently to how you've lived before. And it's taken a great deal of courage and bravery for you to step forward and be you. To say, this is who I am. I'm not going to try and change for anybody. And that's what's so beautiful, because that's why you've appeared as the Queen of Cups, and now you've got the Page of Earth. So there is something in the little spiritual pipeline. Okay, so that's wonderful. Good morning, Barnyard Chicken. Where are we? Angelica, I'm a healer. Should I take a Reiki class? If you're feeling it, Danny, do it. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Too many cards, my darlings. if you've had, well, the answer for me is yes with this. Page of Earth, there's an opportunity for you. There's something for you. And it's going to lead to something greater for you. So yes, the answer is yes for you as the Queen of Earth here. One more card, please. Well, I think they're saying yes, 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 yes. Page of Air and the Ace of Air. Yes, don't doubt yourself. That's the only thing that's asking you. That's the only thing that's stopping you from saying yes to this is your self-doubt. Do not doubt yourself in this. Whatever you as a soul are decided to do authentically for yourself, it is part of your soul's divine design. And if it's part of your soul's divine design, then you and only you are uniquely going to be able to give a certain message or heal a certain energetic aura around some person, or to allow them to affect a change within their lives. Everything has a symmetry to it, and each and every one of us has a unique pattern, is a unique part of that pattern. So never doubt when you know. Never doubt, and always trust that you will be that unique messenger for somebody or for many, many people. But you have to trust yourself first. Oh, you got a little spiritual slap on the wrist then, but just a reminder for you, my darling. Oh, thank you, Parry. Thank you. I'm so grateful. Thank you. Yes, guys, if anybody, it's all of your comments are absolutely lovely, but it's also, if anybody would like to do a what's it called, a super chat or a super thanks, whatever it is an exchange of energy, and it allows the flow of energy, not just obviously for me sitting here, but for you as well. It's an appreciation, it's a receiving of the information alongside as a giving of energy, whether you want to do it as a financial thing or as a lovely comment. But I would very, very gratefully receive, and I am going to say thank you now. I do wonderful work in a wonderful way, doing wonderful service for wonderful pay. So that's my little message I'm putting out there. Thank you, Spirit. And thank you, Parry. Okay, so, and thank you, Dominique. Very kind of you. Thank you, my darling. So where are we now? 1717, interesting number. Thank you, Stephen. Very kind. Anna, can you pull a card for my brother's healing? Of course, my darling. Too many cards. Sorry, I went with it. Still too many cards. My brother's healing. Ace of Air. I'm getting little boy lost at the moment. Dunning, how you can help your brother at the moment is to again to believe in and trust the power of the word, the power of prayer, but prayer given with gratitude. To focus, areas about communication is to focus on his health, to focus on his wellness, not his illness. Where attention goes, energy flows. And so it is with that belief that the body has an incredible affinity, of course it does, it's infinite, of repairing itself. Also, healing as well, sometimes on the physical plane, is a representation of a spiritual pain. Oh my goodness, they're rhyming, Spirit. Thank you. So what is within him that needs healing on a spiritual side of it? Because sometimes the physical comes up to show us, because it hasn't been addressed, it hasn't been able to be addressed in another way, it hasn't had the attention. So with the Ace of Air, how you and he are communicating about his health at the moment, try and raise that vibration by focusing on his wellness, not his illness, and saying thank you for his health, thank you for his health. And that creates, and with no judgment of the illness either, no judgment of it. It has appeared as a way of getting attention for something. So I trust that helps. And look at that, now you've got the Six of Air, the Six of Swords. What does it say? Relief, hope, and moving on. So this is about liberating stuck energy within him at this time. and trusting. Thank you, Barry. Very kind. Susan, if you're interested in 1717, then look it up. It's I don't know what angel number 1717 is, but there will be, if you're interested, a message there for you, my darling. Yes, thank you, Perry. I will. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you. Okay, 1720. I'm going to do 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes, and then I'm going to call time at 17:30. So who haven't I read for yet? Dominique. There, I can see that. Anything in love for Dominique. Whatever you're worried about is going to resolve itself for you. It's all working itself out according to spiritual law. And remember, guys, the law, karma, the fairness and law. It's very important for us all always to remember that what happens within spiritual law always is fair. It is never unfair. It's always in balance. So, and it may not appear like it is at the time, but it will always resolve itself exactly how it's meant to do, always in fairness. The universe is a love energy. It is never unfair. It is never leaning towards one or the other. So, my darling, stop worrying about this. It's all going to, whatever this is for you in life, it's going to resolve itself for you. Thank you. Lisa, can you read for me, please? Yes, my darling. Yajni, my advice to you, my darling, is to pay no attention to it. The more you're thinking about being apprehensive, and the more you're thinking about what yet has not happened, the more you're causing and creating it. The law of indifference. It's about actually giving it no attention now. No attention. What you give no attention to dissolves and dissipates out of your life. So don't create as you're speaking and as you're writing and as you're thinking. Stop talking about it. Stop thinking about it. Start focusing on other things, because look at that. It's going to be released out of your life, the star card. Lisa, can you read for me, please? Thank you. Yes, Lisa. Thank you. Seven of Fire, alongside, what else wants to come out? The Five of Fire. One more, please, for Lisa. And the Six of Earth. Okay, my darling. What Spirit is saying for you, you are facing something at the moment which is a little difficult for you. It is a challenge, but challenges are there for our growth. It's not there to knock you down. It's there for your growth. You have got at this time a situation that is presented itself to you that you're more than capable of handling beautifully with your way of expressing yourself. Okay. Do not feel the need to explain yourself. Express yourself, but don't explain yourself. Again, when somebody is committed to misunderstanding us, there is nothing that we can say that will change that. And also, we're not meant to, because when we express ourselves in a way that is with our highest intent to wish to be understanding, compassionate, with love within this situation, then what we're doing is we're talking from an aware state of being. And when we're in that space, not only does the message get received at a soul level, at some, whether it's a seed or something within somebody else, but we receive it and we go through a shift and a change. So that's the message of the Seven of Fire for you today. And it's alongside the Five of Cups, my darling, which says here disappointment, regret, and forgiveness. On the surface, this may seem like a great big huge thing for you, but at a spiritual soul level, it is crying over spilt milk. The Five of Cups is the energy of living in that past and bringing that past into the present. And what Spirit is asking you to do now is to bring your energy back into balance, my darling, to think about how much attention and energy you're giving to past regrets. We cannot change the past, and we're not meant to change the past. Never have any regrets, because regrets is saying it shouldn't have happened. And therefore, when we regret something, we don't have radical acceptance of the present moment. And when we don't have radical acceptance of the present moment, we're living in resistance, and it causes us pain and sorrow. Everything is exactly as it should be for you, my darling, although you may not see it just yet. But you do. Listen again to my words, maybe read. I can't remember what I said to you now. I never can remember the words, but that's the 7 of fire is the one for you to focus on. And also to trust that what you're giving out, you're going to receive at this time, the law of correspondence. And because of the place you're in, you'll start to see things disappear out of your life that have caused you unhappiness, and yourself to feel better. Virginia, thank you. Can you pull a card for yes or no? Okay. Let's see what it says. Yes or no for Virginia? Pleasure, my darling. Well, you've got the 3 of Swords as the overriding energy. You've got the 4 of Cups, and you've got the King of Swords, and the 5 of Cups again as well. You're not in the space to make a yes or no decision at this time, my darling. This energy of the 3 of Swords is one of you to focus on releasing at this time, of forgiveness, of healing for yourself. And the 4 of Cups is a place, again, of being sitting in a place of despondency. And so when we make a yes or no decision in a negative energetic space, we are creating more momentum of that. So Spirit is saying to you, do not make any yes or no decisions at this time. Allow this situation to evolve. And when you feel in a better space, then the answers will come to you. So I'm going to do Pam next, and then Melissa. Pam, darling, what did you? Will you pull a card? Many thanks. 4 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles. Let it go, darling. Let whatever this is that's worrying about you go. Perhaps bring things back into balance a little bit with what you're over leaning into at this time. Do not worry. Again, live life by spiritual law, okay? So feel abundant. Feel abundant. If you're feeling a worry about financials and everything, the greatest thing to do is to feel abundant, to look at something you may hold in your hand and say, I could spend this or I could not. It's my choice to do. What did that wonderful thing that I heard about a year ago, which is something that I don't do all the time, but when I do it, my God, it's amazing. Using the word arigato. Every time you spend money or receive money, say arigato. And you close your eyes and think about what the meaning of that word is, arigato. It is giving and receiving with gratitude and blessing. So you're giving your money away with gratitude and blessing. You're blessing it on its journey, and then you're able to receive it because you're creating that energetic flow. Because now I'm seeing the 5 of Earth on the bottom of the deck. So there is a worry there for you. But just start to create that energetic flow and start to see the little surprises and delights of then when you believe that, the money coming back into you, and it always works. Melissa. Let's see what comes out for you. And Dawn. Did I do you, Dawn? I can't remember. Dawn. I can't remember. Sorry, guys. Melissa, Justice. Oh, my goodness. At this end of the reading, Justice card has come out for you as well. This message for you is one, you've got the 4 of fire, the 4 of wands has come in. This is a time for you. Whatever decision you're making at this time, my darling, is going to have long-lasting vibration to it. So make it from a place of understanding all sides of it, understanding also about the fairness in it, to understand something, to see the underside of your standing in your truth, and to also look at it with, not being any rushed, choosing to make considered actions, to make considered choices of things. But this is all going to work out fairly again. And it's regarding this Four of Wands. And the reason why it's all going to work out for you is you've got the Three of Fire on the bottom of the deck. You've created this, whether it's subconsciously or consciously, you are expanding, and it has been part of your vision. And I think, Dawn, did I do pleasure, my darling? Dawn, I'm just going to pull a card for Dawn, and then I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you. How many cards, my darlings? One card, please, for Dawn. One card for Dawn. Two of Fire. Great time for you to move forward that which you've already decided you want to do. It's a really, really, really good time, my darling. This is that law of preparation again, making a constructive progress forward, looking towards the horizon. You can't see everything up ahead, how can you? But trusting that within this energetic space, and whatever you're doing in terms of looking with a collaboration, with a partnership with anybody, it's really wonderful. It's a very energetic, beautiful, collaborative energy. There is power in collaboration because your energies are very connected at this time. And it comes alongside the Three of Earth, the Three of Pentacles, something that is unique for you. I come back to that uniqueness I talked about earlier in this reading, that we all have a unique signature imprint that we have brought here as a soul, as part of our destiny. And so whatever your signature imprint at this time is already there within you, just like the acorn to the oak. So think about the imprint that you're doing right now in your life and where it's taking you, because you're creating something really rather wonderful here, and it's necessary, and it's something that you and only you are going to do within a certain, the timing, the people, the whole infinite, beautiful structure of your life. It's something that is absolutely unique for you, my darling. So that is the Three of Earth, the Three of Pentacles. And I have finished a little later, so I'm going to wrap it up, my darlings. Now, I'm not going to say that I'm not ever going to do these again, but I'm not going to, I probably will end up doing these maybe once every 3 months or something, or maybe when I get to 150, then I'll redo it again. How about that? So another 50 days and I'll do it again. So I hope you've all enjoyed it. I hope that I got to see, well, I trust I got to see everybody that I was meant to see. Thank you for your lovely messages. I shall read them all back later. Thank you for all of your donations as well. I do a monthly live for my members. So if you'd like to join as a member, please do hit that join button. There's also information in the description box. If you'd like a personal reading with me, information's in the description box. I love you guys. I love this Veritas family. I love being part of this wonderful group. There's such a beautiful synergy of energy within this space, and you're all so supportive of one another, which I love too. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I'll be back tomorrow with the normal daily. And I'm also moving ahead with the rest of the star signs now for you for October. But do hit me a line if you want to know anything or understand anything. I am here for you. So much love to you, and take care. Thank you for all of these lovely remarks. Thank you. Bye, darlings.